While at the local thrift, I came across some interesting medical equipment items. Browsing the electronics section, there was a bag marked XL Tech Shielded Acquisition Cable, which seemed interesting. Flipping it over, yeah, there were just some strange leads, didn't look too exciting, until I did a search for it and found XL Tech is a maker of strange neurological medical equipment and so on, and found a PDF showing the different products they offered, including those exact clips. And yes, those cables are actually some way involved in some form of neurological science, if only I understood more. Looking around, there were some other items too, a bag with a floppy of device software, but it seemed just to be some sort of picture archive software, not really drivers for cool and strange medical equipment, and some other strange cables to go with it. And then there was something that really piqued my interest, a medical opto-ISO, or optical isolator, which seemed like something that'd be really interesting and well overbuilt and actually have some electronics in it and not just be wires with strange connectors. So I picked up that and ignored the rest. Let's take a look at it. Alright, so here it is in the bag. I'm going to take it out. Probably the first time I've removed it from the bag. So already you can tell how serious they are about it by how beefy it is and the nice ferrite around it. Case is hard plastic, and it's got this really big strain relief on it there. Nice, seems to screw on. It has evidence of maybe glue or something. And there you can see the back. And yeah, it's a high-speed opto-ISO. So I can assume there are those white optical isolator ICs in here. And maybe some other weird protection stuff. So I don't know which end's really which, but I could assume that it's parallel, and so it uses this DB25 is normal computer parallel, and this connects to your test gear because it's a very regular D sub with that many pins and so on. So I haven't found too much of the information yet, but I'll go into it probably through datasheets. So let's take a quick look inside. I'll assume the strain relief has to come off. Nope, no glue. It's just never been opened before. So then you can see got a really nice grab on it. Very professional. Manufactured in Canada. Looks like we're dealing with just 4 screws. It's an incredibly long screw. Got those off, and well, someone cares about it, and so they've shielded it. Ridiculously thick plastic. It feels like it might be PVC. It's a Heiko brand strain relief. So they kind of bulged the case, fitting all those wires in. But probably intended that, since there seems to be plenty of fair room in the plastic container. Anyway, so I've got to desolder this shield to look inside. Probably not what they mean by go green. Alright, some time has passed, but we've gone ahead and opened it up here. So if you look this up, it says CD, but it's actually a Murata part, or at least it comes with Murata. I don't know if they're symbiotes or whatever else. But the datasheet loves to tell you that it is an obsolete product, so makes sense because this is a fairly old device based on the date. But you look it up and it is a very nice DC to DC converter, little hybrid module, and it has all kinds of isolation protection. I mean, they list off the different things it's typically used for, and it goes from motor drive up to medical applications and so on. The selling point is the incredibly high level of isolation it has, and I checked the footprint and all the pads seem to kind of line up intelligently. So as far as I can tell, power for it is coming from this side of things, and I would think that this plugs into the computer using the standard parallel printer port. And so what this is doing is just generating the 5 volts for the other side of this to send to the signals for the printer, because obviously if you're doing isolation, you need some sort of power on both sides of it in order to do any signaling. So if you do complete isolation, you have no power in order to run the logic on the computer side. And then I wasn't having any real luck finding these parts, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume that these are opto-isos, because there's all the chips are the same, so these pretty much have to be the optical isolators or some very similar form of thing. There's nothing else they could be. If you look on the back, you see even more, and they all have the same sort of support for it. So unless anyone knows specifically and I have it all wrong, I would assume these are all optical isolators. Over here are the typical pins that are grounded in a PC parallel port. Seems to kind of make sense for parallel for what pins are on there, so I would assume that has to be that. Haven't commented on it yet. Actually has an 04 date code, so it's not as old as some of the other items I saw from the time. As we can see, it was designed in 99. It was designed in 99, but this one's done in 04, or at least has more 04 date codes, especially on the DC to DC. And yeah, it is an XL Tech branded piece. And the only other thing on the board is a 5-volt voltage regulator for the PC side of things that runs all the opto-isos on that side, and is used for the, I mean, the opto-isos go straight to it, but yeah, it's just what's used for making the signaling power to the PC. So that's basically all it's on here. It's just basically taking that connector, snatching the power and isolating it, and then isolating all of the signals that are coming in. It's already a parallel interface coming in because there's no chips anywhere that modify the data or anything like that. So it's just a parallel stream that comes in, gets isolated completely, and sent to your PC. So I'm going to go ahead and try to put this back together in as pristine a shape as possible without soldering the can back on, in case I want to do anything with it. Whatever else. So that's the top part, so take the bottom one. Fits in perfectly. My neighbors are having a killer party. I mean, I'm missing out. There, only I know that strain relief is not on very well. Big screws in the back? Yes. There. Only the people that watch this video and me know that it's not put together completely correctly. But what you do in that case, if you ever do naughty bad things, just make sure you mark it. And if anyone can think of any use for this, please drop a comment.